Oh, so we're back. And Dion, I got to say, the little dance you do on the bottom screen while the countdown music goes down remind me of those inflatable. You know exactly what I'm talking
Wacky
about.
waving inflatable arm flailing too, man.
It's just too catchy to stop using. Okay, guys, we're back again with some BX Dungeons and Dragons playing in our Mystara universe. Hey, there's already some people showing up in stream. Hey, Art Hard Studios, thanks for stopping by. So we're back in this session. I think we're going to lead off with some bowel cleansing spells by our Radnar the Large. But we'll get to that. We'll get to that. Richard, who do you have tonight?
Hi there, I am Richard, and I am playing Scribbleshanks, the halfling who definitely doesn't need his bowels cleaned. Stay away from me.
Come on, area of effect. Catch him. All right, Dion, who you got?
Tonight I'm playing Stoltein Reinbach the 7th, Averone Aristocrat, and level 5 Magic User.
Jameis, who you got tonight?
Hey, Jorah, I'm playing Galen Rayhorn, the Cleary of Priest, who's level 8 and will never see level 9.
Never. Won't live to see it if nothing else. Bill, who you got tonight?
Well, Bill, I am playing Radnor the Large. He is a 9th level magic user. He is very large, and he is only 100,202 experience points away from level 10.
Well, it's not so bad. You just need to solo about a dozen dragons, elder dragons. That'll get you.
Yeah,
That's
that
it.
guy better be that one we talked to a couple of games back. He better be nice to us, or else,
It's like I'm looking down the barrel of some high leveling, buddy.
I'm gonna
Right. Okay, guys.
9th level
go ahead.
spell that's late. I don't know. It's gonna be bad. Another dyspeptic bowel spell.
Reverse dyspeptic bowel. You turn. No, never mind. Let's just not go with that one. No, I'm getting images. Images. Oh, they hurt. No. Last game, you guys have made it to the Dwarven fortress to find out that the relatively small town, city that is up in the hills, beginning of the deeper mountains, is rather small, very homey. No castle, although they do have some good defenses, good walls, but no castle. You have met with the great Thane of the area shortly, who seems to be a very elderly dwarf who has he's got problems staying awake in his daughterage. Right, but you would think for a dwarven outpost it would be larger. There'd be more to it, but you're not seeing a lot. The other thing you found was there's some refugees here. A small country country village was pillaged by the Iron Ring, slavers looking for bodies to delve deep into some mines and some caverns nearby. For what, you're not exactly sure, because they weren't looking for ore. Just something. They've been moving it around. They had we'll call it a misfortune of getting a little too close to the swamps, and a black dragon kind of broke up the camp, allowing several of the prisoners to free themselves. Trudging back through the swamps, they came to they ended up here after arriving in a city that just really didn't have room for them. The dwarves have taken them in and set up a small area for them. Yesterday, hours ago, there was something going on in that camp where these refugees were being held. Some kind of fire was started. Some of the people in the camp were burnt to cinders. What did you guys find after some mild investigations?
We found lodestones inside people's stomachs, and when we tried to find other ones through magic, all of the people had lodestones inside them.
Yeah, it looks like all the refugees had a little bit of lodestone deep inside of them. Right. Radnar, I believe, is able to say that yeah, they can be used in magics. They can also be they're very useful for tying magic to or being used as well, like lodestones do. They attract metal, they attract objects. Well, they can also attract magic, so they could be used at some final destination of a spell. And that's where you were thinking that the obvious solution to all of this is casting mass dyspeptic bowels.
Hey, you got to use what you got. Now, now,
It's a good spell.
have we had time to have we rested since?
You haven't yeah, it was not memorized in your spell base. So you got to take a little bit of time.
Right.
If you're all healed up, it's just the number of hours equal to the level of spell, which is its fourth level. Or
Fifth.
Fifth level spell. So you'll need 5 hours to get the spell imprinted in your mind.
Okay.
Meanwhile, I don't know if you guys had told the dwarves that are kind of minding these folks and the healers especially what you plan to do or why.
Yes, I think
Right
we
now,
were-
it's
yeah.
right now it's there's questions as to how did these folks spontaneously combust, just leaving behind ashen shells. And they're wanting some answers. They're wanting to know if it's something that's going to spread. Do we have a rogue mage committing murders running around? Was this some spontaneous magic effect? Was this something they brought with them? So they're all they got a lot of questions and a lot of concerns. So they don't want the refugees to leave this area in case it's spreading amongst them. So how do you handle all of this?
Stockheim, there's two things I want to check off, but Stockheim's talking to them first.
All right, Stoltheim, what are you saying to everybody? How are you calming them all down? They're demanding answers from the Duke's representatives.
Oh, people, we have a solution. We just need all of the people seeking refuge to stay here. We will be back momentarily in a few hours and have a solution to make sure that everyone is safe.
Some of the guards yell out, as do some of the healers. The solution to what? What's the problem? What's causing this? Is it going to spread?
No, it's very well contained. It's very, very well contained, not spreading. It's just...
I've got ashy skin. Is this a condition? Oh my God, is it going to happen to me?
Well, it'll happen to some of you. But not all of you. Hopefully. But we
Maybe a
are...
charisma check. People are on the verge of panic.
Some of
This is
you
not a very
may
inspiring
die.
speech.
The things he chooses.
But
to
as
tell them
long
what
as
kind
I,
of-
Stoltheim the Seventh, live,
Success!
it'll be well worth it. Right. All right, your commanding presence seems to cow them a little bit. Dwarven guards are definitely like, hey, none of you are leaving this area until this is sorted out.
Absolutely. Perfect. Well, until then, we will be back in a few hours with our solution. Our mages are working very diligently for your
The
safety.
crossbows are all leveled when you say we'll be back in a few hours. Like, you're not leaving either. You can stay right here with the rest of the infected.
Well, Radnar?
Oh, there's tents that you can just kind of sequester yourself into. You can find some place nice and
Yeah,
quiet.
if they'll let us do that, I won't turn myself invisible.
All right. Well, Ragnar's going to be out of commission for a few hours. During that time, what the rest of you guys going to do?
I think we should question the people here about their experience in the swamp.
Mm-hmm. Do you guys remember the information that was given to you? You've already asked some people who, because it was a particular person's tent and his guards. Do you guys remember what you were told about them?
They were the
Okay,
things, the head people.
a refresher.
there,
Yeah.
weren't they?
So the man was kind of like the headman of the village. Not so much an elected official, just somebody, a wise person that they looked up to. And the few people that are around him that were caught in the effect or had the same thing happen were people that had pledged to guard him, also refugees as well.
Okay, well, there's the two things I want to check off first, and I'll be telling the healers what the situation is, if nothing else.
Okay. What is the situation? What do you think the situation is? What do you tell them?
That the Iron Raiders implanted these lodestones in them so that they can effect punishment from a distance.
Okay. Well,
And we're dealing with that. But the two questions I have is, A, do we have, as far as we can tell, do we have all the refugees here? Has anyone slipped away who's immediately suspicious? And B, given that I can tell who has one who doesn't, is there any refugees without a lodestone who is also highly suspicious?
Okay. Everyone that's here, your spell detected that they all had lodestone. All the refugees, like none of the guards, none of the people helping
the
out here.
Fine,
there are 2 people missing by head count.
Okay, they're suspicious person number 1 is suspicious person number 2.
They were both the people that were missing were out rounding up goods. Just like that's how you came to the camp. Remember, you had some folks coming to the local inn, picking up food, picking up cast-off clothing, that sort of thing. Not suspicious that those 2 were gone because they were out doing the same thing that got you involved in this camp in the first place.
If we can't find them, they remain suspicious.
Right, but no one's tried yet. And you're being asked to stay in the area. So, yes, the guards will immediately go and try and round up those 2.
Okay.
All right, so that's what you're doing, Galen. Radnar studying. Stoltheim's just calming everybody down. What's Grimbleshanks doing during all of this?
Well, I heard everybody had to stay here. Nothing like staying here. It sounds. That sounds like a captive audience to me. Time to entertain people with an amusing story of, this time that I found a rock on the side of a road, and my exciting journey to find out what kind of rock it was exactly. It wasn't like the rocks that are inside of you that are going to kill you all. It's an entirely different kind of rock.
Right. Okay. This is cruel and inhumane punishment. It's
entertainment to take their mind for the rocks in their stomach that is going to kill them, unless we make you poop it out.
I'm going to make a roll. That's what I'm going to do.
Oh dear.
Okay. You don't know exactly what sets it off, Stoltheim. You're kind of in and amongst the people talking, and everybody seems to be keeping it down. The panic isn't rising. Galen, you're also in and amongst the people asking questions, seeing who, getting a head count, that sort of thing. Radnar is not part of this. He's away. Grimbleshanks, you're there too. I'm going to start with Grimbleshanks because, it might just be your winning personality. Some of the people that you are extolling the virtues of your last adventure or 2, one of them trips and kind of stumbles a bit. He turns around and just starts yelling at somebody close by who had, not close enough to trip him, but he's accusing him of tripping him, and he starts pushing him. The other guy's trying to say, hey, I had nothing to do with it, but as soon as he gets pushed, he clocks the other guy in the face. And then all around you, people are starting to argue with one another. Starting pushing, shoving, fist fights are breaking out. People are wrestling each other to the ground.
I mean, violence when I tell my stories is
pretty common.
Reaction, but I mean, it's usually directed at me. So,
Scrimbleshanks, roll a d6 for me.
Oh no.
Dion and Galen, or Stoltheim and Galen, you guys do the same, but we'll start with Scrimbleshanks.
Oh dear.
I have a 5.
All right. You notice the violence kind of breaking out around you, Scribbleshanks, and you are able to disengage yourself from the crowd a bit so you don't get caught up in it. Stoltheim, you are taking surprise as someone behind you kind of taps you on the back of the shoulders, and you turn around and he clocks you in the face.
Oh. Oof.
Yeah, glancing blow doesn't really do anything. It's more surprising than anything else. Spits at your feet and starts insulting your wonderful cloak that you have.
That did it. That did it.
I'm so upset. I can't even begin to want to strike you. How dare you?
Make me
You
a
hurt
saving
me.
throw versus spell.
Saving throw versus spell. Oh dear.
Yeah.
Oh dear. Success with a 20. Nah.
Sure, you are free to act however you wish. This guy is just insulting your lineage, insulting your choice in clothing, and telling you that your shoes don't match your pants, which is perhaps the largest insult of the bunch. Galen,
Well, they don't.
how did you do on your D6?
3.
A 3. Okay, you're fine too. You kind of notice that there is a lot of aggravated people starting to lash out around you. You kind of step out of harm's way. Do make me a save versus spell, though.
Unfortunately, calm emotion doesn't exist as a spell in the system. Yep, no, I'm fine.
Yep. Yeah, not a problem. There's an open melee around you. You notice the dwarven guards have all like loaded crossbows, and they're just waiting for anybody to cross through the lines. But they're all more involved in trying to beat the crap out of one another than to get out of the area. You guys are looking around, and it seems like yourselves and some of the medics that were here are the only ones spared from whatever's going on. Everyone just seems to be in just a general melee around you. One of the person's giving like aid does kind of lose his cool as someone starts insulting him and pushing him, and he starts fighting back as well. Radnar, you're busy studying. You've got charts laid out in front of you, like what the lower intestine looks like, and you find
It's very intensive, very delicate work.
it is. It absolutely is. So let's say that Galen, Stoltheim, and Scrimbleshanks find each other kind of backing away from this general melee, and you kind of reach the middle of the camp back to back as all of this is going on around you. It's all a fist fight. No one's brought out weapons, although there are weapons aplenty. It just looks like everybody is just highly aggravated and just using their feet and fists to met out vengeance.
Like a tree or something I can climb up to get a vantage point in here?
Absolutely.
All right. Well, I want to take a look out over there and see who is not affected by this.
All right, so
I
on this
assume-
map here, let's say this
We
tree
don't have that
is
map.
close enough to the border.
Yeah, we don't have the
You guys
map
don't see the
visible.
map? Okay.
You're on
sorry.
a different page, Russ.
Yeah.
Oh.
Oh,
There we
Somebody
go.
get a screenshot of that while he's on there so that we can learn all the secrets of what's coming up.
Yeah,
So
whatever.
this tree
All right.
is the one that's actually you can choose that tree, this tree, or this tree, and it's all within the bounding area that they're letting you stay in. So as long as you don't pass these rocks here or leave the area where these houses are. So what do you want to climb?
I did the first tree. This one here. I don't think it really matters.
Sure. And so you climb up as high as you can. You notice the roof is actually goes up much higher than the tree. Do you want to scramble onto the roof?
No, because that might make it look as though I'm trying to escape.
Okay. You start looking around. Give me a D6.
Do 6.
Okay. So the dwarves are stationed here and there's one at the corner here, and there's a couple down the street here. And they're not getting involved. They're just looking for any runners, and they look like they're ready to shoot them if they need to. Everyone else is contained in this this portion down through here. Everyone outside of the affected area looks normal. Like none of the dwarves like they're irritated. They do look a little on edge, just waiting for someone to get out of the bounds. But otherwise, they're very calm, very orderly. Everything seems to be centered in the middle here. Anything in particular you're looking for outside of that? There's no one else around.
That is pretty much what I was looking for. Somebody else who was around. But if there's
Okay.
nobody around, well then.
Well, the thing you might consider is like, so this house is bordering on the area here, and there
They
are
could
rooms
be-
and windows.
I could look in there. Alright.
Yeah,
Or look out of there. Cast.
correct. Stoltheim, Galen, what are you guys doing?
I'm going to cast Protection from Evil on myself
Okay, sure.
because I'm terrified.
Yeah.
Lasts for 6 turns, so
Yeah, what that will actually do is, since nobody is actually intent on murdering you in general, they just kind of act like you're really not there, since the protection from evil keeps you protected from bad intentions towards you. So you're just like not seen as a threat, and they just kind of move around you as they look for targets to harass and to bully and to beat. So Stoltheim, you're just like, you're in the middle of a storm of people fighting and meleeing around you, no one laying a hand on you.
I just work
Galen,
my
how
way
about you?
towards an edge.
Okay, about where? If you have control of your token, just kind of move them where you are.
I think probably if this is like the edge of this area, I think where I'm at is pretty much perfect. Just like off in like a corner, like watching everything.
Sure, we'll say Radnar is out here in a tent. Okay. So, Galen, how about yourself?
I don't know how well this is going to work, but I'll try it anyway because I don't know what the exact ground state is like. But I'm going to cast Speak with Plants. Just try and get normal plants. The main idea is to get plants to come up and grab them by the ankle, trip them up, and if they fall over, try and grab them. Just try and trip over and.
Well,
contain
speaking
people.
with plants does not allow you to make them move like they would not. Like, they don't just become animated. It just allows you to speak with them.
Yeah, that's debatable. But okay, fine. In that case, I'm just going to fire off hold person spells.
Well, let me read it real quick again, but I was pretty sure that's how that worked. What level is that? That's a 4th level spell.
Yeah.
Communicate with normal plants, able to question and receive answers, may ask for simple favors, may comply if the request is within their ability to understand and perform. So a normal plant cannot pull its limbs out of the ground and attack people.
For example, overgrown plants make clear a passage so they can move around a bit. But no, that's okay.
Yeah,
no,
but they cannot
no.
attack. So I know I'm not going to buy that one. They're not going to
Okay.
uproot
Hold
themselves and
person,
attack.
fire off hold person
Yeah.
spells. I can do a couple of hold person
Yeah.
spells. So I'll do hold person spells. Can
But I
fire three
will
of
tell
them
you what
before
will
it comes.
happen interesting with that. So you're just kind of doing the general area that's 30 feet around you.
Mhm.
Just about where you are. The tree that Scrimbleshanks is on
Boom, boom.
falls into that second category of the spell where it's a monstrous plant. It
Ah.
actually is sentient.
Ooh, hi tree.
The other plants around you are like, please don't step on us. Can you read the signs? Don't step on the grass. That's us. We're the grass. Don't step on us.
Stoltine stepping on some, you just
Yeah. Yeah. The ones beneath Stoltheimer screaming. Yeah, so like you do find out that this one here is it is actually a creature of some sort, plant-based. You feel its intellect mounting as you speak aloud, and it's like, oh, elf. Well, that's a change of pace.
Oh, didn't expect to find you here.
Yeah. kind of stuck here. I let the dwarves know so they haven't cut me or my children down. We have an understanding so far. My roots are deep. Oh, my trunk is stunted over these many years of this. This not very uh, useful soil. It needs more
Your roots
nourishment.
are deep, you say. You wouldn't have to have some roots
Deep, deep indeed.
underneath this ground here that you could maybe shift a little and give them basically cause an earthquake to make them fall over. Give them some unstable ground.
Where are you asking the thing to do it?
Where the people are fighting.
Okay. Stoll time! The most terrifying feeling you've ever had in your life as the earth beneath you shifts. Not too many earthquakes in Averone. It mirrors the grass beneath you that are also screaming.
I'm just standing there and just like, I don't know what to do.
Yeah, so people are getting knocked about, but oddly, it doesn't quell their thirst for combat as they keep beating on each other, even though they're like tripped and dropped to the ground. They just roll over and start wrestling. One of them is dunking the heads of one of his fellow villagers in the mud.
But they're all
yes, all
prone
this is
now.
going on.
Negatives to the attacks. Okay, next round.
Yeah. So all this is going on. Radnar, we'll say we're like halfway through. You feel the rumbles, but you got to keep at it if you want to get this spell memorized. You're muted, Bill.
I'll just shout, "Quit it," and then continue.
Quit. Studying, quiet down. Okay. Scrimbleshanks, you are on the tree that's causing its roots to tremble, so you don't feel anything more than a gentle swaying beneath you.
Lovely. Well, having thought about it, if I can, I will attempt escape now by climbing onto the roof of the house.
Okay.
I'm not actually escaping, but I mean, I assume.
Yeah, right. So some of the dwarves that are over here, some of them do start pointing their crossbows at you, but no one's firing just yet. You hop onto the roof. Go ahead and roll me another d6.
Yes, I can do that. I know where the d6 button is. A 3 this time.
Okay. You do happen to notice that there are 6 windows along this row of the building that you're on at the top floor. Of them, 4 of them have drapes closed. 2 of them are open. One of the ones that are opened has got a nice view below you right here, and the other one's at the far end here. You don't happen to catch anyone in them. You just happen to notice that they are not got their sashes drawn. So yeah, you're up on the roof, taking a look around.
My ultimate plan is to find a way into the house.
Okay, well there is
from not the windows where they can't see me. So yeah.
Okay, well there's a chimney here that probably goes down into the Great Hall, but it's probably lit.
Is it? The place was boarded up. I mean, is there smoke
you want to
coming
go?
out there? Is there
You want to
smoke
go and
coming
find
out
out? No, there is no smoke coming out.
Well, either way, this will be an interesting story. So yeah, I'll go.
All right. So when you start making your way up the roof, then you hear the dwarven guards down here, the ones over here, yelling at you to stop. Damn you! Don't make us shoot.
I'm investigating. I will shout back. I have a lead on the cause of the thing that is doing this. Feel free to send people into the house.
Okay.
Yeah.
You hear them mumbling. Someone is like, "You can't shoot one of the Duke's men." He's like, "But you might be spreading this." All right, you get over to top of the fireplace, sir. It's cold. There's no fire.
I jump in. Whee!
Okay. Woohoo! All right. What's your con?
I have a pretty good con. I have a con of 16.
Ooh, all right, tight fit. Slide down, but actually, it's fairly well kept. The ash buildup isn't too bad, so but you are covered in soot as you land below you on the cold banks of a fire that hasn't been gone for a while. So, like you're in like the common room. As you noted, it's not in use currently. Everything is just no one else down here.
Awesome. All right. Well, I make my way towards the windowed places so that I can see if there's anybody still peering out of them.
Okay, so you found the two. Which one do you want to go to first? The one that's closest or the one that's furthest?
I mean, that largely depends on the interior of the house and how it is set up. I mean, can I
Yeah,
see
you're
both of
gonna-
the windows from where I am? Otherwise, I'll go to the closest one because I mean, it's there.
Yeah, you're gonna have to go up. You're gonna have to go up one flight of stairs, and then the stair top will end up closest to this one first. When you get up there, you can definitely hear that someone is in that room. Like you can hear someone moving around. It sounds like they're moving furniture around as well.
I guess I will kick open the door as best I can.
You're gonna kick open the door. All right.
What
Well, it's
else
not
to do?
locked, so the door slams open. I'm going to give them a surprise check. They are not surprised. Go ahead and roll a d6 for initiative.
Well, I mean,
You're
I did
attacking
shut
the
out. So
chambermaid.
hopefully the one. Oh wait,
What's your?
Woo!
Do you have a dex
yeah,
bonus?
one bonus. Yep. +1, so it's a 2.
Okay, so a 2. Okay. They have no
There's a
bonus, but they
chance.
got a 3. A man dressed very much like the
Oh no,
refugees
it's
below.
a 3. Sorry, because I have +1 to initiative in addition to Dex for being a halfling.
Oh,
Okay.
how neat. One of the
Yeah.
few bonuses of a halfling.
Yes.
All right. Well,
And
this
if it's really
happens.
big, you get a bonus
This happens
simultaneously.
simultaneously. Then, let me check something here real quick. This is going to matter.
I steered the refugees, so the missing refugees.
Well, yeah, it
suspicious.
doesn't
Did
matter.
anyone listen?
Spells.
Oh, spells go first. Well, yeah. Spell will go off no matter what.
All right. Let me
Do
get
we
the
have any
sequence.
rerolls still? It might be important.
Yeah, we have 3 as far as I know.
Okay.
Okay.
All right, cool.
Right? Let me double check.
Okay. So
Yeah.
intentions. This person is turning around and looks like they're going to cast a spell at you. What do you want to do? Spell will come before melee, but not before missile.
I mean, my plan was to talk. Even though I kicked open the door. So,
Oh, you fail.
Yep.
I fail?
Or
Okay,
my plan
it
was
might
really
confuse
to
him.
threaten, I should say. By
Threaten.
saying, I mean, I'm covered in coal dust, so it looks
Yes.
as though I am all black and as if I have been burned. So I am going to be going, I am vengeance come from beyond, one of your victims of the burning. That is.
Oh my!
One of the- one
make me a
of the
charisma
names.
check. Yeah,
No,
make me a charisma check. I'm
Actually,
going to do
failing
it
the
as a
charisma check
versus
might be
his
a- The thing
wisdom.
you want to do.
Yep.
Oh, it needs
Fails his
to-
wisdom
okay.
check. How do you do with your charisma?
Mm.
Well, let's find out. Can I back up any of what I've said there? I mean, I must be able to do one at
It's like
some
a 1 in
point
3
once in my
chance.
career. Yeah.
Ah!
No, that's still a
Also
failure.
fail.
What if I turn my dice upside down and go, no, that's actually a 6? Yeah, it's correct.
No. Okay. So it's blatantly obvious that you're a man that just, or a hen that had just come down through the fireplace with soot all over you. So unfortunately, that does not stay his hand. He does point at you with a finger and in a very commanding voice, command you to die.
Command word is in this? I don't have command word. What a gap.
It's a reverse. It's a reverse cleric spell. It's the reverse of bring back from death.
Okay.
Okay, so
Yeah,
I'm
it's the
guessing this
reverse
is a
of raised dead. It's called
Same
finger
as-
of death.
day,
Oh,
Right.
death,
God.
poison or
Um,
death ray.
Yeah,
Save
basically.
this
So
again.
he in like a very commanding, very serious voice, he commands you to die, and then
Hey, I can cast that. I'm chaotic.
he looks at his finger, he looks at you, and he does it again. Die.
Oh
Nothing
yeah,
seems to
yeah.
happen.
Oh, I am already dead.
I gotcha.
Vengeance
I
is
gotcha.
coming.
So yeah, that was his spell casting round. What do you want to do? You want to engage him, or do you want to try and,
He's threatening.
continue this farce?
I mean, he's in front of the window, so I bull rush him and try to push him out the window.
Sure.
Nice.
Make a melee attack.
Nah, better than my charisma.
Nice.
I'm just gonna roll the longsword button because that's what I got here. Yeah. Oh my god! Natural 20!
All right. I was going to do a
Beautiful.
contested strength, but I'm not with a natural 20. You ram into him way low to his center of balance. Since you were much shorter, he wasn't wearing armor or anything, so it was base armor class. So you nail him really low, and he pitches out the window. Now, do you want to ride him all the way down, or do you want to
I'm
try and
going with him. The
disengage
idea
before?
is to push him.
You're going to go with
before-
him.
Yeah.
Okay, so Galen and Stoltheim sees a man. You hear the sound of breaking glass, and a man falls from the second floor window. Scrimbleshanks riding him down.
Wave your head.
All right. It's only 10 feet. It's only a second story window. He's going to take 3 points of damage. Roll a D3, Scrimbleshanks. You're just going to take half as much because you got a little bit of cushioning.
Well, how much does he take?
Yeah, okay, so I take 3 as well. That'll do.
Okay.
Ow!
All right. So what you see is Scrimbleshank has just pushed this man out the window, rode him down, hits the hard packed earth. He is dressed exactly the same as the rest of the refugees down here.
I point. Gods! Gods! Our compatriot found someone!
Yeah.
Who's this guy, Scrimbleshanks?
All right. So let's have everybody initiate now because he's not out of it.
Mhm.
So
Yeah,
let's start
I know.
bottom up. Bill, I know that you are studying, but go ahead and roll a D6 for your side.
All right.
A 4.
4.
Nice.
A 2. Okay, so Scrimbleshanks, he's still well in the fight. He's, bucking to get you off of him. You're still on top of him at this point. I guess I should have asked first. Is anyone casting? Which would just be Galen. Well, Stoltheim is a caster too.
Yes.
Everybody involved in this fight except
Yes.
Scrimbleshanks is a caster.
I am
I would have
casting.
been. Yeah, because I wasn't. I would say we were surprised by him, so I would have been. My normal action at this point would have been to do something else. Oh, casting, but not against him. So
Okay, yeah, that's fine. So the casting will go first. Stoltheim, what are you doing? What are you casting?
Continuous light on his eyes.
Okay.
really, okay. I'm just automatically assuming this guy's evil just because Scrimbleshanks pushed him out a window.
Makes a save.
Okay. Worth a shot.
This is what I
Yeah.
I'm on standby
Okay, so-
on the other side.
Spell, Scrimbleshanks, what are you doing?
Alive! We need this one alive! And stamping on his face.
Okay, yeah, just go ahead and make me a melee attack.
Again, I'm just. Oh, I can press that.
What were you casting, Galen? Healing?
Whole person on the group. I get one person because apparently I can't roll D4.
Okay.
There's just the massive people. They don't count. They all got low hit points. Who cares?
You curb stomp him for a mighty 2 points of damage.
I mean, yeah, that is.
Yeah. Next
Yeah, that's
round I'll
amazing.
attack this guy,
So, yeah.
but at the moment I'm going to say I don't.
I don't even know what I roll for unarmed damage. That is just a standard thing. So I've just pushed.
Unarmed damage is usually a D4 plus strength.
So
All right.
D4 then.
If you want to re-roll it, you're welcome
I
to.
mean,
or we can just take the 2.
I'll change that. No, we'll stick with it for now, and then I'll change it for next.
Sure, 2 points. All right, Radnar. Nothing's really changed for you. I mean, the fighting is still happening, so there's no real change in the pace of things. So nothing to really clue you in that something special is happening.
Okay.
He will get up. Stoltheim, you tried to cast at him. He's using. He pulls out a wand. It sets off a spell. Stoltheim, make me a save versus magic.
Save versus magic. Bam. And bam. Success!
Success. Okay, give me a second here.
Lucky
Do you
today.
still make it with a -4 penalty?
I meet it at 15.
Okay,
So,
so
yeah.
that would be a failure. Okay.
No, it says
No,
15
yes,
or
yes, yes,
more.
yes.
So I just
Wait a
meet.
minute.
Oh, that's what I'm saying.
Correct.
It's a -4 penalty to it, though.
No, yeah,
So
no,
with
it's
the
fine.
four
No, we still
penalty-
made it. You
Yeah,
still made it.
19
you still
minus
made it.
4 is
Okay.
15.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh, perfect. Yeah. Okay. Yeah. You are encircled with some kind of magical energies. You kind of shake it off. For a moment there, you felt very dull-witted. You actually kind of forgot exactly what you were doing for just the briefest of a moment, and then you just kind of blink it off, and you're fine. Again, he's looking at his wand. This quizzical look on his face. All right. Next round, Jameis, go ahead and roll a d6 for your side.
Okay, I wonder if I can spot the button. There it is. Oh, we're going last. All simultaneous. Right, going first.
All right. Boom. They go first this time. Okay. Oh. He believes that his magic has failed him for some reason today, so he just drops his wand and tries to stab Scrimbleshanks, who's the closest to him. This is pretty miserable.
Yeah.
What's your AC,
Woo!
Scrimbleshanks?
pretty good.
5.
That's pretty good.
Yeah, that hits a 5, actually.
Yeah.
He is not much of a scrapper, however. 2 points of damage as a blade just kind of whiffs, cuts your open arm a little bit as he backs off, looking around him. He definitely looks like he's going to try and run.
Not bad.
All right.
Okay. So back to you guys. And again, I should have asked if you were casting. Was anyone going to cast?
I cast mace in his face with my mace into his face.
Okay. So that'll happen during melee. Stoltheim,
Yeah.
are you going to cast again or no?
I'm gonna. You said keep him alive, so I'm gonna try and do that. So I'm gonna go run up and
You're going to interact physically? What happened to Stotterheim?
I'm gonna take my dagger and I'm gonna non-lethal him with the pommel.
Okay. It's a regular attack roll. The damage
Yep.
is just considered to be
Subdural.
non-lethal. Oh, terrible miss.
Scrimbleshanks
Do I-
powers.
Do I
Yeah.
bonk Scrimbleshanks?
Yeah.
Non-lethal. Okay.
All right.
Let
Yep.
me-
You missed, Galen.
D4.
I do not miss.
Oh, hit.
Bonk
Whack with a mace.
Scrimbleshanks for 3 non-lethal. Bonk.
No, you don't hit Scrimbleshanks. They
Oh,
weren't.
okay.
No.
You're fine.
There's not that mean with critical fail.
-3 hits. It's a good amount of damage. He's already taken a little bit.
Yeah.
Just right upside the skull. He kind of gets turned around a little bit. He's looking all around. He sees like there's 3 on 1. He sees the passageway here is blocked by a couple of dwarves that are aiming crossbows in that direction.
Oh, what's Scrimbleshanks doing?
I am also smashing him as hard as I can with my unarmed striking this of amazing.
I can run the
Go ahead.
gentleman's area. That'll put him out. That's where you can reach too.
Alas, there's a small target.
You hit him. Oh, do some more damage to him. Okay. He
Fist
falls to
strike
one
for
knee
domain
and he looks like
sickness.
he looks pretty bad off. Next round.
We want you alive.
Yeah.
If you run, you'll get shot. So don't run.
It's true. If he doesn't run, he may still get shot. Yeah, take your chances.
Roll a d6, Dion.
Dion. 6.
6. Ooh.
Okay, you guys go first. He is doing something. He's got like a couple of rings on his hand, and he's reaching for it. I'm not sure exactly what he's wanting to do. You guys go first. Anyone casting? Stoltheim and Scrimbleshanks, you're right there on him in melee. Oh, actually, so is Galen. All three of you are surrounding him.
Yeah, I'm gonna
I was just
non-lethal
going to grab
bonk.
him. I was just going to grab him. He
Okay.
does not run with the bomb.
Yeah, if you were doing the side of your pommel again, 4 is
You
enough
miss.
damage to kill him, but that would be
Bonk.
actually you hit. Wait, hold
15.
on.
No, he misses.
No, you miss it.
Wow.
Yeah, sorry, you miss AC 15.
Oh.
Yeah, so again, you get very close to hitting Scrimbleshanks. miss.
No! Don't you recognise me? I know I'm covered in coal dust.
You monster!
Unclean! Unclean! Scrimbleshanks or Galen, one of you guys take the next.
I'm grabbing him.
What burnt demon of hell have you summoned?
Okay.
Do you just want a melee roll? Or I'll just grab him?
Yeah, sure. I will just smack him again.
Okay.
We want you alive. Stop trying to run away. He said, inflicting as much damage as he possibly could on him.
2
Yeah,
points of
well.
damage. Okay.
I missed,
yeah,
I
that'll
missed
do
grabbing him. No,
Yeah.
I missed grabbing. That was just to grab him, and I missed grabbing him.
Okay. Yours misses. Scrimbleshanks hits, does 2 points of damage, which almost renders him out, but not quite. He needed a full 4. So he gets his action, which is he does something with one of the rings on his hands, and he erupts in fire. He starts screaming as he's burning from the inside out. Like you can see the fire belching up out of his mouth. It blows his eyeballs out, comes out of his ears, and he is reduced to a pile of ash, much
Holy
like how you
shit.
found the other people that were
But
here.
magic items should stay.
Yeah, it's still there. Yeah, the ring is there. It drops to the ground.
He dropped the wand
As
earlier,
does the other ring. So two rings and a wand kind of drop to the ground,
And a lodestone. if you
and a
want to go
holy
to the-
symbol.
Ah,
I approach the inside of the tent real close to the door and just shout, "Quit it!" again. And I go back to
Keep it down. Right? Yeah. So
All right.
he's just immolated himself, leaving behind
Okay.
these obviously magical items, because that was a heck of a fire. It would have melted. It would have melted metal, but 3 things remain.
Does it burn us at all, or is it?
No,
I'm fine.
it's pretty much just
I'm fine.
himself and what's on him.
Is there a lodestone in the ash pile?
You want to kick
Well,
the ashes around?
First
Yes, there
question,
is.
is everyone else still fighting? Is of course the first question.
Yes,
'Cause
yes, they are.
All right. Crap.
Did you check the entire house, Scrimbleshanks?
No, just that window. There might be more people escaping out the back. Send one person to guard the door thingy. Dwarf guard people.
Okay. The one of the dwarves that are here in this alley runs around the front.
How high up are the
So-
windows? Are they on the second floor?
10 feet.
Oh,
Yeah, second
okay.
floor.
Is the
Can
what
we
ones?
throw Scrimbleshanks back up through the window who came out?
Scrimbleshanks fell out of the window that was right here. All the other ones seem to have shades thrown on them, except for the one at the very corner here, which does not.
Okay.
We should check
Um,
that one.
Yeah, well, that's the obvious one, but I'm just wondering if I can just want to check something. Yeah. I never got the tree's name. What was the name of the tree?
His name is Barley.
Okay. Hey, Barney, can you whip out a branch and just smash it out the window over there just to disrupt anyone who's in there?
The tree just kind of stretches and a limb smashes that window. Yeah, it smashes through. There's no real reaction though.
Okay. If someone was in there doing magic, it would have disrupted them. I'm not saying there's no one there and they're not distracted and they're not doing stuff. And I'm just saying that's a quick and easy way to check to see if someone gets distracted. So we still got these guys.
All right.
Do you think one of those magic rings is doing this? So,
It was a magic user. Well, I think he was a magic user, or he was a crazy person who just pointed to people and said things.
What did he say?
Sure. Die?
Oh yeah, no, yeah, that doesn't work at the moment.
Oh.
Yeah.
I was wondering this whole time. I'm like,
Yeah.
maybe.
No, Scribble Shacks is amazing. It's his anti-magic aura that he gives off.
Yeah.
Well, you have the mysterious plot device item that you stole.
No,
so
we
I
used
was
that.
like,
No, we used that already.
oh, did he?
Maybe I've absorbed it into myself in the meantime.
Yeah.
I don't know.
Yeah, no, that's what we did. Oh, wait a minute, that's a fifth level spell. That doesn't work.
All right. So you guys are talking, and over the body, a minute or two pass, and the dwarf that remains here calls out. There's no response. He walks down about halfway, calls out again. No response, and then he goes around the front.
If we go shoot us,
say that again.
I'm going to take off. I'm gonna head that way because actually my armor is really damn good. They have a hard time shooting me anyway. So I'm going to take off.
The guys, the dwarves over here are yelling at everybody to not move. Oh, damn it! They don't fire though. They're like, you can't kill the Duke's representatives.
I follow Galen.
That bus is amazing.
Galen, you round the corner, and a dwarf is laying in the street, holding on to his throat. His blood is coming out of his hands. The other one's has just seen him, and he starts yelling out for a medic. As Galen, you round the corner and see this.
Okay. Okay, I'm going to run up to him and cast Cure Light.
Yep. His throat was cut.
He's not dead. Cure Light will save him.
It didn't actually do enough damage to kill him. It's just, cinematic. And he points down this way.
Okay, and then run that way. This way. We go this way. Woo!
Okay.
I'm gonna follow
who's
after
running
Galen.
along? It's just Galen, and the one dwarf is sticking around to make sure his companion is fine. Stoltheim, you run around. Scrimbleshanks, what are you doing?
Excuse me,
Well, I wanted
sir.
to-
Excuse me.
Why have you got a bird?
I don't know. I like the icon, and I realized there was a bird with it, so maybe I'll get a familiar in the future.
Okay.
I wanted to have a quick look
Scrimbleshanks?
and see the holy symbol, so to see if I recognise who it came from, and then look out for priests of that denomination if they were around.
Okay.
Before
It's made of a blackened metal, like iron that had been scorched, and they had like a patina of just soot done many, many times, so the iron's just blackened. It's not really an emblem. Well, there's an off chance. Make an intelligence check.
I have seen this before, possibly.
Okay, 8 out of 12. You have seen it before. You don't know exactly who the deity is. You just know that it's one that is typically worshipped by evil beings. You remember tales of growing up in your village. They would use like kind of like if you don't eat your rutabagas. Yeah.
Well,
Yeah. The cults will take you at night and feed you to their dark goddess. So you vaguely remember. So it is a goddess of this place. It's not one that the Thaiatians brought with them. It's an old god of this land, goddess, and not a particularly good one.
All right.
The only good goddess is my goddess. Oh, well, I say good, but
The other thing you notice, Grimbleshanks, is everybody that's fighting stop, and it's like just like this weariness overtakes them, and they all just kind of fall down, breathing deeply, laying in the mud. It's like they're just
Grimbleshanks to Saviour.
spent, like they're all worn out, all at the same time.
Yep. Good.
Worship me.
Now, let this be a lesson to you. I remember a time when blah 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 blah. I say to their unconscious forms, while the other two are off doing the exciting adventure.
Galen and Schultheim. The
Wolves are going, can we shoot
dwarf
him anyway
just,
because he just won't shut up?
the dwarf just kind of pointed in this general direction,
Yep.
but you're not seeing anyone fleeing. You're not
Okay.
seeing of any signs of anyone.
My locate object is still working. Remember?
Yeah.
And so if he's got a lodestone in him, I know where he is.
Right. So your locate object is just telling you that it's all back this way.
There's nothing because the sorcerer guy had a. Well, he had
Oh, wait, no. There is another ping off this way, but not in the direction the dwarf was pointing.
I'm going to go for the ping because I got nothing else to do. Stockholm, if you want to go that way, I'll go this way. And
What way did he point this way?
The dwarf pointed. The dwarf pointed that way.
Yeah, the dwarf pointed this way, but Galen's spell is telling him there's another lodestone out this way.
All right, so I'm going this way then to see if there's someone else involved then that might be hiding behind the house or something.
We'll split up. We'll split the party so much, Bert, you couldn't get us more split.
Do you have any particular skill at tracking?
No.
No. Okay, make me your choice, a wisdom or an intelligence check. Intelligence is going to require like more than just a base success, though.
Probably
your
intelligence.
Choice.
High success.
High success.
15 out of 17.
You do see signs of like there's a few stomped on bits of grass. There's like a broken limb on a tree where it looks like something ran through here fairly quickly. But you don't. So you do see kind of a trail heading off this way, but you don't see anyone.
Okay. I'm going to cast invisibility on myself.
Mm-hmm.
And I'm going to keep going and follow it.
Okay. We'll get back to you.
Yeah.
Galen, as you pass by this well, your little magical thing in your head is like tick, 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 tick. Wherever the lodestone thing is, it's in the well.
I'll look in the well.
Okay, you look down the well. Clinging to the bucket, holding onto the rope, just kind of shaking, head down, is another one of these refugees. And as you peer down, he's like, ain't no one down here but us buckets.
Do you want me to cut the rope? Or do you want me to pull you out and take you back?
Are you trying to kill me?
I can take you back. You want to tell me what's going on?
No, I don't want to go back. They came for the headman.
Who did?
Some folks, some dark folks. Then he burned up right in front of me with Clem and Angus. They just turned into fire.
Yeah, we're trying to do something about that, but you're going to need to come with me.
I got the thing.
Excellent. Perfect. Great news. You're still going to come with me. An elf of the Duke. I'm one of the Duke's men. You're good.
Give me a charisma check.
Oh dear. It's a low success. It's a success.
Yeah, it's still a success. All right. You convince him to
Richard?
climb up out of the well. And underneath his arm, he's holding something wrapped in like oilskin, maybe a foot long. Comes up and he peers over the edge of the well. It's like, are they gone?
They're gone. Come on, let's go.
All right. Pulls himself over.
Yeah.
Yeah, he's got like a death clutch on something that's wrapped in Oil
Fine.
skin.
He can hold on to it for the moment because he's not getting away anywhere quickly. So that's fine.
All right, hey, you head back to where Scrimbleshanks is, and you don't see
And
Stoltheim
sees the
anywhere. You
symbol
don't
and
pass
pulls
him in the
over.
street.
Yeah.
And just because we
Cool.
kept him out of it too long, we'll say, Radnar, you're done. You step out of the tent around this time.
Stuttelheim, it's all on you. It's all your adventure now.
You don't know what kind of party went on here, but all the refugees are just like passed out on the ground, panting and wheezing. Most of them have like bloody noses and black eyes.
And
There's a
Scrimbleshanks is
big
telling a long
broken
story
window
over the top
on the
of them,
house.
so maybe you know.
Good. They're all in a passive state, and it's easy to gather them like in a space.
All right, Galen comes bringing up one of the stray refugees. So with the one that burnt to a crisp, assuming he was one of them, and this one that makes the full count.
Okay. Well, I don't know who the hell Stuttelheim's chasing. Have fun.
All right. Is it time for my casting then?
The only thing I suggest is that we could try it on one person first and make sure it actually works before you do a mass thing. Because if it doesn't work,
So-
I don't
so
want to
do-
be around.
So do a dyspeptic bells on one person, make sure it works.
Yep. I think
Okay.
this guy he really wants to make sure that he's good. So yeah.
Okay,
Make
so
sure.
this guy right here.
The conscious one who's standing next to you. Yeah.
He grabs your robes, Galen, and pulls it. And says, "You said you weren't gonna hurt me.
This is guy.
Why
that
is the
make it
old
that you
fat
can't-
man waving a finger at me?"
It's not gonna hurt. You want to I'll cast my dyspeptic bells on him.
Yeah.
Oh my
This is gonna
gosh.
Can we
make
get
sure
to take his
nothing
clothes?
happens
No,
to
no,
you.
not even. Oh,
Galen's in
my
the splash
God.
zone.
Those rags.
Yeah. Don't worry, I've got a solution.
Oh my gosh. He
That's
makes his
gonna-
save. Like a champ, he
He
makes his
clenched.
save. Yeah. You hear his stomach kind of churn, and then he's just like, and then just a big belch.
Okay, that didn't work.
Yeah, it smells awful.
Is the lodestone still in there, or did it
It's
convert it into gas and come out of his mouth like that?
I've got one more dyspeptic bowels I could cast it on him again.
up to you. You're the one casting it.
Look,
Okay,
should we
because I'm
should
really
we explain it? Go on.
I'm sorry.
Sorry. I was just going to say, should we explain it to him what we're doing
Sure.
so that he
I've been
knows,
trying to
A,
tell
we're
him
not
this.
doing horrible things.
Yeah, this will make it that you can't get exploded. Whether or not he believes me, whether or not he's gonna.
All right, you've already made one charisma check out from him, so I'm going to say that he kind of believes you. So if you cast it this time, Radnar, he is a willing target.
Okay, so
if you won't make
maybe
a
I'll get him
save.
to an outhouse or something, just to.
Okay, yeah, if you want to do it the polite way.
Yeah.
Yeah, so
Do we
Galen
want to
can
collect the
confirm.
lodestone at the end?
I will
Galen
know where
can
the lodestone
confirm
is.
that he's
I
not
can
detecting a
confirm that.
lodestone inside of this guy anymore when he
It's
comes
over
out of the
there in a
outhouse.
pile of something. I don't want to
Well,
know.
Yeah.
what it is.
that is what I'm asking. Do we want? I mean, if it goes in an outhouse, we've got no chance of collecting it. But if he
That's
does it
true.
over there in the corner,
Yeah.
then do we want
Okay,
the
yeah, let's
lodestone
go in the
for some
corner,
reason?
bud.
All right, okay. I don't want the lodestone, and I'm not going to be the
Seems
one.
like they've been on a
we've
strict.
still got plenty of water nearby to wash people and stuff. Yeah, thanks.
Looks
know,
like
I'd
it's been a
just like
strict diet of bread and rutabaga. It does not smell good.
Bert, I'd just like to point out that this is the kind of stuff I did in games in 1983.
Yes, congratulations.
Yeah.
You've not grown any older.
Not at all. Not at all. No maturity gain at all since then.
Oh yeah, the poor guy just passes everything he's eaten in the last couple of days out of his mouth, his rear end. It just makes a mess everywhere. He looks at Galen with just eyes that say that, you lied to me. This hurts. Oh God, it hurts.
Hey, there are people that pay a lot of money for this kind of cleansing, right?
It's a high colonic.
Yeah.
Yeah, so he makes a mess. Lodestone's in that pile. Somebody wants to dig through it.
Yeah, that's not me.
Man, too bad we don't have that goblin with us anymore that we had like a long time ago.
Oh,
He's back
sure.
at
When
the
you got to dig
house.
through a pile of crap, send the goblin to do it.
Yes,
I see how you
yes,
are.
Yeah.
that's what they're for, right?
All right, so it works. Good. You can go.
It works.
You can do what-
It works.
Yes.
Okay, so you let the guards know what's going on, I guess, and collect everybody.
Yeah. We need to also make
Oh.
sure we've got like a fire hose or something.
I would quite like to know
Right.
where Schottelheim has gone. What is going
Yeah,
on
he's
there?
still gone during all of this. And I would like someone to convince everyone that this is a safe thing that needs to be done. If you can make it, I won't make anyone make a save. So-
Okay,
Oh,
okay. Now listen, you all are in grave danger, but I can help. This will cleanse you of any evil that you retain from your horrific experiences. It's not the most pleasant, but rest assured it is necessary to save your lives and your very souls.
Make me a charisma check.
All
The
right.
guy that's just gone through it is staring at all of his fellows, going,
I've got a all right, yeah, I can actually roll from the
Mhm.
sheet to do this.
How big are these lodestones?
They're small. They're very small.
Oh, okay, that's good. I was like scared they were like
Oh my
baseball,
gosh.
softball
That's about
size.
as bad as you can get.
Do we have
Everyone's like,
any
well, I
rolls?
don't know about this.
We have re-rolls. We have 3.
Okay, I'm gonna
go,
take one
go.
reroll.
Yes,
Do it.
Okay.
please do.
Where's my friggin' cursor? There it is.
Chat, you can give us more re-rolls if you donate biddies. That way we can make all these people shit themselves violently.
I'll leave
Yeah,
it up.
everybody's like,
I'll leave it up to the class. Do you want me to use another reroll or
Do
or
it.
no?
I
Okay.
think so.
We run on so few rerolls. There's no point having them. It's better for fun stuff like this than in the middle of battle.
All right, there we
you
go.
go.
Not a great
right.
success, but it's a success.
yeah, there's some mumbling. It's like, I don't know about this. But yeah, they tentatively agree. Prepare themselves by removing trousers.
Flight of the Valkyries begins playing in the background as we get a montage of dyspeptic bowel removal.
No, it's that
Yeah,
scene from
like
Austin
it starts with
Powers
one
the
person,
vomiting,
everybody's
vomitory
everybody's
and all over the
watching each other. Then you start hearing the gurgling, and then one guy just suddenly spews out of both ends, and that just triggers everybody. Just watching this happens triggers some of the dwarves who are like, as well.
That scene from
I just
Austin Powers.
hear it in the background as I continue going through these woods.
I feel like somebody should come up with like a jam box on his shoulder playing that song while it's going.
A farm passing nearby is like, good night, soil.
I'm so glad
All
we
right,
did it
I
in
will
the
pass
living
master
area.
Barley will be happy. Barley will be happy then. Yeah.
So, Galen, it seems like it worked. All the lodestones have passed out of these unfortunate folks who are now incredibly dehydrated and not feeling so good about life in general.
That's why I asked the dwarves to make sure we had plenty of water and stuff nearby.
I'm glad they have
Yep.
the ability not to feel good about life. You know.
Yes,
That's how I look
I
at it.
guess. I guess now there's a big old cesspool of stuff here. Let's cut scenes for Stoltheim. Stoltheim, you're as best as you can. You're following this trail. You are invisible. Make me a D6 roll.
D6. Pow.
All right. When you hit this kind of rocky terrace here, the outer wall, there you lose any sign of passage. Like you don't see any more disturbed grass. It's all mostly rock at this point before it hits the wall, and you just kind of lose track of everything right about there.
Right. And there's like nothing in the distance moving or
Yeah, nothing that you see.
the water's not displaced.
Nope.
Okay. All right. I'm gonna turn and go back then, I guess. I'm not seeing anything and I'm a little far away from the group and I'm running out of spells, so
Okay. So as you turn to leave, give me one more d6 roll.
D6, 5.
You make it back to the group. Oh, the stench. It's the first thing that hits you is the smell.
I turn this corner and I just. Are the
Yeah.
dwarves still over here?
Oh, they're losing their lunch. They're like, oh.
I step away. I'm like, I'm gonna wait over here until that's all done.
So your disembodied voice comes out of the air as you're still invisible.
Yeah. I appear at that point.
Okay.
Because
Yeah,
I
you
cast.
you can drop the spell whenever you want.
Yeah, I'm casting a fireball into my ring
Okay.
to
Scored.
recharge that. Yeah.
Do you please rephrase that when we've been dealing with, stuff coming out of both ends? And
No.
There is something I'd like to try when
Okay.
you got a moment.
Go ahead.
The ring that was on the body that burnt up.
Yeah.
I want to try that. I'm going to have a lodestone right nearby, and I want to try play with the ring and see if I can get it to set the lodestone off.
Okay.
That's the intention.
So you
We're
get
not
them
working
close
on that,
together. You get them close together and do this.
Yeah, because I want to sort of.
Yeah.
Since he activated the one that was on him, I think it's a proximity thing and didn't set anyone else.
Yeah. So if you have ever seen white phosphorus ignite, that's exactly what happens to the lodestone. It burns hot and fast with a brilliant white flame.
Ooh. And if any of those guys are saying, this is what we saved you from. Shut up already.
Yep. So with that little bit of experimentation, you do realize that the person would have to be relatively close for this to work. So let's say you're several feet away from the midden pile at this point. You got one of these out.
Yeah.
So it did cause the piece of lodestone that you pulled out to ignite, but the whole pit did not ignite. So you had to be fairly close for it to work.
So somebody went in and assassinated the person and then left again?
Yeah, you've got a
Yes?
witness.
I don't know.
Yeah, we've got a witness and he's got a bag.
Well, let's look at this witness/bag.
He's still recovering. He's
Oh.
got like a very thin broth. He's like, I feel like I haven't eaten
Yeah,
in
but
days.
he's also a potential suspect. Well, they are, at least. Also, hey, has anybody seen this symbol before? Woo!
Galen can make me a roll.
Intelligence?
Intelligence, yeah.
No.
Still,
No.
you know the Vegas. I mean, it's of a dark nature goddess. You've got some lore that you vaguely remember, but it's older by far than even your goddess. Like so,
Okay.
the worship of this goddess predates even yours. But you don't recall anything specific about it. It is very old.
Yeah.
It does give you a sense of just disgust almost. Like you don't want to look at the symbol. There's something very primal about it to you where you don't want it in your presence.
Scribble Shanks here. Put that away, please.
Oh, I'm sorry. Zip. And what about the symbol?
I let it hang.
That would also have a sense of disgust about it.
All right. Okay. So, I mean,
So, what did you see? What's your name? ONPC.
Jersey. Everyone calls me Jersey or just Jer.
Could you?
I was
What did you see?
I was a helper to the headman. When the attack happened, he kind of shows you the package. He said, "You put this." He said to take this and to leave, and I didn't want to leave everyone, but he insisted. And I went out the back of the tent, and then I saw the burning. I saw the man in the armor, black armor.
Does anyone know anything about the guy in black armor?
Like a giant of metal.
You're bigger than me.
Well, yes, you're not exactly a giant.
No, I know, and then I'm just going to point to everybody else in the tent in various sizes. Bigger than him,
Yeah.
bigger than him, bigger than
Like a
him.
tall
bigger than
man.
him.
Like no, yeah. So he's just a tall man. The proportions are more the fact that he was wearing, like, you get the idea that it's blackened field plate, like this, a full set of field plate made him look like a very large man, but really not any taller than a good sized human.
We haven't seen anybody around wearing that sort of armor at all, or any of
Galen
that
has.
level of armor. Has he?
Galen
Galen's
doesn't
wearing
remember.
that kind of armor.
Early on, when you first met the ring, and
Him? Him?
yeah.
Okay, yeah, I know him. I didn't remember that he wore
Yeah.
black armor. I just opposing aura. That's all I remember. But Radnor was there as well.
Yeah, so Galen, having him describe to you the man in the armor, you do have a flashback to that long ago, years ago in real time, when you ran across this man who was commanding a force of the Iron Ring, and yeah.
But we
I
haven't
have leveled
seen
up
anybody
so much since
here.
then. I'm sure he has not gained any levels at all.
Yeah, he's really done nothing in the meantime. I mean, you know.
Yeah, he's just a level 1 guy. He just had good PR.
I finally come back around the corner.
Okay. Stole time has returned.
Yeah, him.
It
yeah,
is awful Stole time.
I pick up the wand that
Yeah.
was... Yeah, I picked that up because that's still there.
And the 2 rings are still... Well, no.
I
Well,
think
I've
you
got
guys...
one
still
ring
have
is still there.
rings.
Nobody's done anything with them.
I took
Galen
phosphorus
picked up one ring to find out
All right.
about the lodestone,
Right, but we
but the
don't
other
know
one's
what-
still there.
Any of
Doesn't
them
touch the
are...
other
I'll
one.
pick both
No.
up then, yeah. The extra ring and the wand.
Yeah.
Because I have the kobold staff too. We gotta identify, so...
And so what's in the
Oh!
package?
I thought you meant a staff made out of cobalt for a second.
Yes, exactly.
Could be.
Yeah, so he hands the package over to you, and he says, "The headman found this when we were doing the mining for our captors. He knew it was what they were looking for, but we passed it from hand to hand. We hid it from them."
Hey,
Okay.
give it to us.
He has given it to
Yeah.
us.
So you unwrap it, and it's an old scroll case capped with lead on both ends. The body of it is I don't know. You think it's like a wood that's been doused in some kind of resin. It's definitely wood, but it's covered with some kind of lacquer, and both ends have got lead plugs on them.
Okay. Is it sealed?
It is, yeah, absolutely. It's sealed with lead on both ends.
I'm not opening it right this moment, just to look at it. I'm not going, let's have a peek. This was open here. Do you know what this is?
No, the headman said that it was what they were looking for, and that they shouldn't have it, putting us all through this. So we hid it. We just passed it from one person to another, so they never saw who had it or that we even had it. He hid it, but they must have known somehow. They came for it. The man in the armor.
Yeah, he's a bastard. Actually, that's not fair. I don't know what his parentage is like.
How did the person in the armor get here? I mean, nobody saw
Just
or
walk-
reported or said
walk through the
anything about
camp.
them coming.
There was somebody
But
else
nobody-
with him too, but I didn't get a good look.
But nobody
Yeah.
here has mentioned that person at all.
Nope.
No. Galen isn't looking that shocked about this. He's looking shocked about the presence of the man, but the man does all this amazing stuff. He goes, yeah, no, I can believe that.
Well, I mean, how?
I would blah, but since Richard wasn't there, it's going to be hard to blah.
Yeah.
I spin this tale of the guy who came. We were at the Gardeners at the time. He had this whole full-header slave army of goblins with him at the time too. I do know that. And yeah, he was. I can't remember if he did throw around spells or whatever, but he basically impressed us with the fact that he could just smash us without even looking if he cared to. He didn't think we were important, so he didn't do anything with us. But yeah, we got the sense that if he bothered to, he could have just slammed the entire place out of existence. He's that powerful.
So does that mean that he was invisible all the time walking through here, or what?
Or he has an ECP field.
I don't want to know about his land holdings.
All right, what are you guys doing now? You've got this odd scroll case.
Is there any markings?
It's like it's been buried for some time. It's unusual in the fact that it's capped with lead. And they're not like plugs. Like the lead has been specifically melted over the ends of the tube, so you have to break them to get them open.
Do you recognize this thing?
Who are you asking? Radnar.
We didn't have Fig Jam. I would ask Fig Jam, but we don't have Fig Jam yet, so I'm asking Radnar.
I don't know.
You spellcasters, both of you spellcasters, non-clerical spellcasters, can make me an intelligence checks. I want pretty high successes.
So I wouldn't have thought Stottelheim would have really hit the background for it.
Well, that's the thing.
Well, if he does, that's going to be a hell of a thing, isn't it?
High
That's
success.
a great
Yeah.
success.
How does Radnar do?
Well, we're about to find out.
Not terrible.
It's not a great success. His success is better.
Yeah.
Yeah. The only thing you know is that lead is often used to seal away things. Like it's a good way, like if you've got something that's corrupted or something that's potentially bad or has ill intent, sealing it off with lead. I mean, that's all you know is like, hey, that's what we do with lead. Stoltheim, though, since Stoltheim was something of a cultist in his land, a hunted cultist delving in the dark arts that were forbidden, knows a little bit about this. And the first thing, someone hands it to you, Stoltheim, and you're like, no. And then you rub at the lacquered surface a little bit. You rub a little bit more, and that amber color gleam comes out.
Oh.
Yeah. So a lot of the amber family's accoutrements, a lot of their antiquities and crafts were taken by the church. Everything that could be destroyed was. Certain things couldn't be destroyed, and were often sealed away in lead boxes, and those lead boxes buried well away from where anyone could get a hold of. So you're holding on to this, and you clean off that tube enough to get that glowing amber color to show through, and you're like, oh yeah, you know what this is. This is something very powerful that couldn't be destroyed, that was inhibited, buried, made to be forgotten.
Well, it's mine. I mean, it belongs
Claiming
to my
heritage
family
rights.
name.
Boom.
I have the crest. I mean, I kind of shrug. I mean, is there a way to do like magic sight to see what's in it, or?
Well, you can, and actually, if you do, it can confirm some things. Your magic sight should actually show nothing, because if it was properly contained, you shouldn't be able to detect it. I mean, otherwise it'd be too easy to find.
Okay. So does it?
But if you do want to shift and take that 10 minutes to do this, the magic wand is definitely the wand is magic.
Yeah. All right.
The other ring is somewhat magical. It's like really weak, so weak that you don't think that it actually has a magical effect. But it is itself, like all life has. It doesn't even have that.
It's sealed. It's properly sealed. I go, I think I know, well, not what's in it, but I know what it is. For sure. If that makes sense. I kind of whisper to Galen, it's a really powerful magical artifact from my family. Actually, I say it in Elvish.
Yeah.
That because I don't think the dwarves would know Elvish.
I
So
wouldn't put it past them, but no, you said it. That was fine. Yeah. And can we destroy it?
it
Probably
can't.
not, because they probably
It can't
would
be
have.
destroyed. That's why it's sealed.
Yeah.
We could open it. I don't know what is inside it, but it
That
is
sounds
from
like a
my
really bad
family.
idea.
I might be able to use it.
If they locked it away, it might have been for a good cause.
Well, the church is the reason why a lot of it was locked away, and the
That's true.
church's view on that was persecuting my family. It, everything's kind of just up to speculation, really. I mean, it could be bad. It could be very good.
Actually, you should be speaking of French, because no one else but three of us speak French.
Yeah. Yeah.
What do you think, Rednall? What do you think, Scribbleshanks? I'm saying that in Elvish anyway. It's completely forgetting you don't speak Elvish. So you just say Scribbleshanks. Rednall?
Me?
Yeah.
Dwarfs nearby speaking in perfect Elvish are like, does he know that we deal with this people in the woods? I don't think he does.
I know.
Are they saying that in Elvish?
Yeah.
I'll say, yeah, we know that in Elvish.
All right, carry on.
I look over to Radnar. Should we open it?
Why not?
How do you open it?
Do I know how to open it?
As far as I mean, like
melting the lid off.
typically, you just have to shatter it. You just have to break the physical seal.
All right, give it a whack, Galen. I kind of hold the edge out. You just gotta break the seal on the end. Just give it a whack.
It seems extremely ill-advised, especially to do it in a populated area like we are right now. I don't know what the hell will happen with it.
I mean, it won't damage what's inside. It can't be destroyed.
It may explode. Shatter.
Pull out my rod of cancellation and just smack it on the tube.
Okay.
Smack, 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 smack. Unless like you're really hauling off and trying
I'm
to
trying to
break
break it
it
open.
in.
I
Yeah.
mean,
Scribble
You
Shanks
do?
is-
yeah.
Okay, Scribbleshanks, you start smacking the end, and it does give before you give. It takes a lot of effort to break that lead piece off the end, but eventually the lacquered wood does shatter, and end pops off. There's like a really bad smell that comes out of the tube. It reminds you of like a festering wound, a kind of sickly, sweet kind of smell to it.
I mean, it's really bad because we're still near mass dyspeptic bowels.
Yeah, exactly. It really
Wow.
smells awful.
It's going to be a while before that smell leaves.
Stole time. I need you to make me a wisdom save or a wisdom check. Actually, you know what? No. Different. Never mind. Different system. Make me a save versus magic. Stole time.
Save versus
Hey.
magic.
You're gonna be inhabited.
Fail, but I'm gonna use our reroll.
Okay. Before you do,
Well, okay.
before you do,
Before I do.
let me explain what you feel, and you can decide whether or not you want to do something about this or not.
Okay.
So, it was just the color of the tube that made you feel like it had some kind of bond to your family, because it is that amber kind of yellow, but other things have that. But when that tube breaks open and you smell, it doesn't smell bad to you. It actually makes you have thoughts of like, oh, I remember before they took Grandpa away and tortured secrets out of him.
Yeah, I let it happen then.
he would often burn this incense. Incense
Hey now!
Wow! You know the Amber family gets up to some things.
in the family tombs when you were visiting
Yeah, we know. Yeah,
with
that's
the
what you do.
ancestors.
See,
When
he did
sometimes
say
you would
Colonel
hear
Angus earlier. I knew I heard that.
and you would sometimes hear whispers in your ears, and it made you feel safe, like your ancestors were looking over you.
Yeah, I'm fine with it then. I let it happen.
You want to fail?
Yeah.
Okay. So you really want to pick up that too.
I pick it up.
Everyone else, Scrimble Shakes, that smell is really bad. You probably back off expecting something to crawl out of it.
I pick it up. I look in.
All right. There's something inside.
Okay.
It's, now that the top is broken off and you can see that there's like old wadded cloth that kept it from banging around, but there's something metallic inside. Is everybody around him just letting this happen? He seems fine, just inquisitive.
Picks it up. Casting a spell.
You're going to cast a spell?
Casting Detect Evil. I know it affects
evil.
Blade or blah, 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 but I'm casting Detect Evil.
Okay, so the way that this works is, so if it's something that is offering you harm or the intent of harm, so no, it does not detect as evil.
All right. It's going to last for 6 turns well, so if he ever intends me harm, I'm going to know.
I go to pull it out via the cloth that it's wrapped in.
Yeah.
I keep it in the cloth as I hold it.
You pull out something that's maybe a foot long. It's definitely made of made of metal. It's very well balanced, and you pull it out in the cloth. The cloth is silk, but it's black. It's impregnated with just this almost like it's not like it's dye. It's like it just absorbs the light around it. It's like what is the name of the black the ultra black? Yeah, forget what it's called.
Phantom
but it's
light.
like Vanta. Yeah, so it just seems to absorb light around it.
Okay, I hold while I'm holding it, I just unwrap the silk around it while holding it at the base to see what's inside.
You unwrap a thin, wickedly sharp, curved blade. But when it's exposed to the sun, it starts to wisps of smoke start to come off of it. And as you're holding it, you feel like this is wrong. That this shouldn't be exposed to sunlight. Like there's just like this knowledge in the back of your head.
Yeah.
You look down at your hand.
Oh. Okay.
You're bleeding. Like blood is seeping out of the pores of your hand. There's no wound. The blood is just seeping out. And it's gotten the cloth wet.
I wrap the blade back up and I put it back in the tube.
Okay.
And
roll a d4 for me.
Yeah. D4, 3.
You lose 3 hit points as that much blood is drawn out of your body.
I gain it back over the next couple.
You can't tell on the cloth. The cloth is just that uniform black, but I mean, like you can feel the warm wet of your blood all over where you were touching it.
Okay. So I feel that we must wait till nightfall before examining this further.
It's a wicked looking thing.
It is. I'm curious about its nature, but definitely not when the sun is out, I feel. I kind of show my bloody hand.
Yeah, that's all healed up. What are you complaining about?
So this is what the other person was looking for. The one who could walk into this camp without anybody noticing them, reporting them, or doing anything.
It would go with his armor quite nicely. Yeah, it would match the armor quite nice.
All right.
Maybe it's a fashion accessory. I don't know.
And now we have it.
Next, he is looking for the haberdashery of night, and his suit will be complete.
Hey, I wouldn't put it past Bert to do that.
All right. Well, this is a thing.
Very
Is it?
interesting.
What thing is it?
I don't know. We'll have to examine it at night.
Mhm.
But we've still got. Oh no, I was going to say we've still got that guy who we beat up. But no, he burned to a crisp.
Yes.
Eh,
We most
we don't
certainly did.
have him to integrate anymore.
But we'd also do have like in number of incendiary bombs if we want to use them. I think we could have used one of the
I mean, I'm not
incendiary
sure-
torches, the incendiary pellets to
I'm
burn
not sure
up.
how you. So how do you cast a spell near it and then throw it at someone? Because you just burn your hand.
If nothing else, you can put it in a lock and get it to burn off. Burn the lock up, or the whole door possibly.
Yeah.
Or the whole building, depending on the building. Yeah. Bert just gave us some
Oh,
very limited
interesting.
grenades. I just slip it into someone's pocket.
So are you volunteering to go and pick up all those lodestones?
Well, we can't leave it lying around. We don't know what the heck they're going to do with them. We have to do something with them anyway. So.
Well, I am.
I've dealt with sick people before because I'm a healer,
Right.
so it's not exactly. It's not pleasant, but it's not something I haven't dealt with before.
I was just thinking, I am the only one of us who is non-magical, so it would make sense for me to carry those things.
Yeah. We need to find some way of actually blocking it because just having it on and having this ring nearby could set the damn things off. So we can do some testers here. We've got a fair few. We can try and find some, like lead, for example, might be enough to block.
I was going to say we might be able to put it in this case that we have now.
Yeah.
That's a good idea.
Yep. It's not perfect because the wood, the lacquered wood, shattered to get that lead bulb off the end. But I mean, it's still mostly intact.
Well, I mean, the dagger's in there at the moment, so I don't know.
Yeah.
We're in a town of dwarves. I'm sure they could reseal it for us.
Artisan dwarves? You mock me, sir. You mock me.
Yeah.
So what do you guys want to do? It's a small amount of mystery here. Stoltheim is oddly centered, oddly pensive at the moment.
Hey, you know, I just got an idea. I've got a tiny bag of holding.
Mm-hmm.
So you want to put the things which react to magic inside the tiny bag of holding?
Oh, it reacts to magic. So what? I mean, what would it do? Do you think? Do I know what it would do if I
which
put
one?
it in?
What are you talking about? Putting inside the bag?
Well, in there,
The lodestones.
Yeah.
The lodestones, the ones which catch the people on fire.
With
the
technically, there's another dimension in there, so it should be separate.
But it's magic.
But the magic, it's magic in and of itself doesn't set them off. You have to have the particular magic activation with the ring. There's not just any magic. Otherwise, healing spells set them off.
Yeah, when you did that, Galen, you when you put the ring on to try and activate it, you had to twist the ring on your finger, and it did something magically with the ring.
Yeah,
I mean, we can take one of these people and have them go out there and put a stone in the bag and see what happens.
we can try. We can test it.
I think it is set off by magic, not by specific magic.
I think it's set off by specific magic of the ring.
Okay. Well,
I mean, we've been casting magic spell. I mean, why wasn't it set off by the dyspeptic bells then?
That is true. Yeah,
So that's what you're going to do. You're going to put the lodestone inside of the small portable bag you've got.
Yes.
Yeah, that's fine. Toss them in there.
Do I blow up?
No, nothing seems to happen.
We examine him carefully. Has he exploded?
I was worried about that. You can't just go around not doing things because you're worried you'll explode.
There's the fireball mage.
Yes, there is that. All right, so we got about 15-ish minutes. What do you guys want to do?
Shoot everyone?
What else do we gotta do here? I
I
mean,
mean-
we've helped all the people. We figured
Oh, we were
out,
going to talk to the dwarves and stuff about getting them to help us. We never did
yeah,
that.
the artisans or whatever.
But I suppose is there anything we want to do with the refugee side of things? We have some good idea about what was going
Yeah,
on.
the artisans, they told you just to go and check with the guild halls
Yeah.
and make a contract.
Do
It's
that.
just business, not a big deal.
I mean,
We
I
want to
suppose we
examine the
tell
Chris
them.
by night. We know
Yeah.
who's behind this. It was it's the Iron Ring people.
I mean, I suppose we tell everybody, hey, this is what's going on among the refugees. I mean, and if they don't have mass dyspeptic bowels or whatever, and they get new refugees in, then surgery would work to get it out, and then just a healing potion or something would work just as well.
I'm going to slit you open, but don't worry, I've got this healing potion here.
Hey, you've got a bomb inside you. We're going to cut it out.
We
Yeah,
could just
I'll
give
go
them
for
all
that.
old Taco Bell.
Yeah, that as well. The old-fashioned dyspeptic bowels, just like Mama used to make.
Just
I
just
mean-
have a cure disease ready and have them drink bad water, get dysentery, and all good.
Well, it didn't pass out on them naturally, so it's not. So you do
Yeah.
need something a bit more powerful, some sort of emetic.
Well, yeah, I'd say for right now we just wait until night and then examine the knife because there's nothing else I have here to do. I think anybody else is.
Yeah.
I'm happy to tell the dwarves about the Iron Ring if they ask and explain all that stuff. Yeah.
Okay.
The more people get against them, the better.
Do they ask you if you think it's over? Is this going to happen anymore, or can we?
Do they not put two and two together yet?
The people that are here are fine. If there are future
Okay.
refugees, they need to
They're
be.
not going to be
examined.
attacked distantly. They're not going to be set on fire. The man in black may come back still looking for this. What we need to do is somehow let the rumor out that we have got this now, so he comes after us and not you guys. So that's going to be a great plan. We feed the thing to the dragon. We'll get the dragon to eat this, and then everything's safe.
Okay.
Yeah.
Well, let's
So-
cut scenes then to evening. After you've had a good meal, you've gotten things straightened with the dwarves. The refugees are kept hydrated. They can keep food down after a bit. Yeah. Eventually, the farmers will come for all that nice, fresh night soil for their farm.
I'll also tell him to help make sure Barley gets plenty of it because he needs it. He wants it. He needs more nutrition. He's a great tree.
So Stoltheim, night falls, and like it's been weighing on your mind this whole time. It's like you really don't want anyone else to be around when you examine the blade. It's a very personal feeling. It's almost like your friends would be an intrusion.
Yeah, so I go outside at night and I find like a little secluded area. I sit down and I pull it out again.
What are the rest of you guys doing? Are you just allowing Stoltheim to walk off with the blade? Are you explaining anything to anyone, Stoltheim? Or are you just leaving when you can without saying anything?
I just, I'm gonna go outside and get some fresh air. The day's been long and I'm sure the smell is gone, so.
No, that hangs around for a while. No, this pelt's going to hang around for a while.
I mean, that depends on magic and how you can diffuse spells, etc.
All right, so people just going to let Stoltheim go off?
Galen's naive. He believes him. He takes him at his word. I've never done Galen as being any kind of. I'm suspicious of you in that way.
Okay. Radnar, Scrumbleshanks?
I mean, I am very curious about this and what is going on. So I think I will try and follow at a distance to see what is going on.
All right.
Because
Make me your hide and shadows.
I don't have a.
Move. That's right.
Oh,
You're a
wait.
halfling.
I'm a halfling,
But
so I don't
actually,
have
he's
that.
stepping outside. Yeah, you have an ability to hide
Outdoors,
in
like
natural
Izmir and
surroundings.
underbrush or woods, only a 10% chance to detect.
Yeah. All right. So Stoltheim,
Wow.
roll a d100. If you get 10% or less, nope, no clue. All right, Scribbleshanks, you wait for
Perfect.
Stoltheim to leave, and then you follow a little bit later. Stoltheim, you go out into the dark of the night.
Mhm.
The dwarves have hanging oil lanterns here and there, but you find a nice place out beneath the stars.
Yeah.
Radnor, you didn't answer, Bill. So what are you letting Stoltheim just go?
Yeah, I'm kind of pooped.
It's not you who's pooped.
I've been kind of waiting to say that for a bit. So,
Okay.
yeah.
Stoltheim, you find a nice grassy knoll. The light just outside of the light, so that the starlight kind of comes down through the trees, and this feels right. It's all silent around you. No one else is out. It's late. Farmers have retired. You can hear in the distance the dwarves' patrols, but nowhere near you. You pull out the blade from the container again. Again, that smell that to some would be bad, but yeah, it smells of funerary spices, of myrrh, of earthy, loamy things. And you expose the blade to starlight and moonlight. Glistens in the night. Do you make physical contact with it, or are you still holding it in the...
I'm holding it via the cloth still.
Okay. Your hands start bleeding again, soaking the cloth.
I unwrap it and I separate it from the blade and I hold the blade.
Okay. The blood is absorbed into the blade. The blade is of a similar, like it's that Vanta black again, right? It doesn't reflect light at all. It's just black. It has unusual curves, but it's beautiful to you. It's light. It's perfectly balanced, and your blood just continues to seep into it. Okay, two things. First of all, roll me 2d4,
2d4, okay.
and then make me a save versus death.
5, and
Okay,
then
5 hit points of blood
Okay.
lost.
Uh-oh. We don't have
And
any
then
more
a save versus
rerolls.
death.
Yeah.
I have one reroll. I didn't use it before. Versus
Oh,
death.
yeah, that's true. Now, do you want to make a
No!
roll?
All right, I'm gonna
Yeah.
use the reroll.
The question is, do you want the reroll?
No, actually, I'm gonna
Yeah,
keep
that sounds
that
a little
reroll.
bit like. Are
Let's
you
see
sure
what
you want to do
happens.
that?
Let's see what happens.
Stoltheim, your heart stops.
Okay.
And Scrimbleshanks, you see him fall to the ground. You see that blade impale his chest as he falls. Stoltheim, you're kneeling on the ground. The blade has pierced your chest, pierced your heart, which is not beating in your chest. And you look up, and there's a black shape in front of you, slender, tall, long limbs, long legs, long arms. Appears to be nude, but with hair that just cascades down past ankle level. It's kind of spread out and seems to be flowing in the night sky. You can make out like high cheekbones, a very angular face, but not much else. It's all just that same kind of black that just does not reflect light in the least. You do see perfect white teeth as the being smiles. Stoltheim, again, your heart's not beating in your chest. You don't feel the blood moving through your veins. It's oddly quiet. The being smiles at you and says, in a voice that is high but reverberates with like a low bass at the same time, and says, "So, your bloodline hasn't been extinguished. There's still one of you left, at least."
Can I talk? I try to speak. Can you speak?
It's difficult, yeah, but you can.
I kind of like strain to look up at the being, and I just smile and I say, Stoltheim Rheinbach the Seventh, at your service.
Oh, shit.
Okay. The being again, the mouth opens even wider, and these just white teeth, many sharpened. Stoltheim Rheinbach, the seventh. Is it the seventh or eighth?
Yes, seventh.
Seventh, the seventh of the Amber Line, through tradition of the pact that has been made between your kind and mine millennia ago. Stoltheim Rheinbach the seventh. Do you renew our covenant?
Oh,
What is it? It's been many years. I do not know of this.
Will you serve our purpose as your ancestors did, as your bloodline has? Will you take the power and will you do our bidding in this world, in this time? Answer.
Yes.
Okay. Okay, Stolte, make me an intelligence check. This is going to be
Okay.
a versus check. Highest without going over.
11.
Okay. 10. You make it. Scrimbleshanks, just literally a heart beats past and you saw him collapse and the blade stick through his chest as he's almost kneeling on the ground. What do you do?
fireball.
That's the only way to be sure.
Now, I just know we're going to end up having to kill him.
I mean, nothing. He's wearing
Okay.
a ring of regeneration, so I know that it's not going to kill him, or I suspect at least that is not going to happen. So
Okay.
I edge a little bit closer and observe more closely, I guess.
Stoltheim, your eyes open.
Mm.
Your hands clench the blade.
Mm.
And at that point, there's a battle of wills. You feel like something is trying to master you, to take you over, to become you. And you fight. And you pull the blade out of your chest.
Mm.
And almost coming from somewhere in your brain, you don't know where, you say the words, "No slave am I am your master," as you pull the blade out of yourself and you feel your heart start to beat again. The blood starts to flow.
Oh. I just like cough up a little blood, I think, as I pull it out. And I just I pick up the cloth from earlier and just clean my face off with the dry part. And what's
you feel
happening to the blade
irritation.
in my hand?
You feel the irritation in the blade. It pulses angrily, but then in a more subdued kind of state, you hear in your mind, "I will do your bidding." And it goes quiet. So Stoltheim is in possession of what's effectively, it's a short sword that has an intellect. You have won the first of perhaps many bouts with it.
Okay.
Yeah, nothing goes wrong with cursed weapons.
So if you brandish this during the day, there's relatively no advantage to it other than it's perfectly balanced. It counts as a magical weapon, but there's no additional pluses or minuses to it.
Okay.
When the sun isn't in the sky, so not necessarily just when it's dark, but when the sun is out, when the moon's up, you can see the stars. It has a whole host of powers, which I will let you know as we go. But the very basis, +2 to attack, +2 to damage, but it will do many other things. But you have to you have to beat it into submission to give you more than the basic.
Okay. It's a D6.
It is a D6. It's a short
Okay.
sword.
Okay. Cool. All right. And what about the cloth? Is that like
It's a nice cloth.
yeah? Okay. I'll just
Yeah.
keep Vanta black silk cloth. All right. Nice.
For bookkeeping purposes, the rod was a rod of feeble mind, 1 charge remaining.
Okay.
Rod.
That's nasty.
The wand.
Yeah.
Yeah.
The
Nasty
one
spell.
that I got from the guy.
Yep.
And then I don't know the ring or the kobold staff or the wand. So
The
I'll get those
ring
identified.
that has just a minor magic on it. You're not exactly sure what it does. Again, it's so minor that it doesn't seem like it has a spell. But if you mess around with it any, the top jewel is actually fake. It's hinged. It pops open, and then there's a signet on the inside, and it's the symbol of the Iron Ring.
And that's the
Oh.
one Galen.
I reckon it's
right?
no, the other one.
No, that is the other ring. Yeah.
All right, the one
Yeah.
that Shovel has.
Yeah, basically it's like a secret sort of, hey, you recognise me?
Yeah.
Here's this magic ring with my seal on it. And he goes, oh, I recognise that magic ring with the seal on it. Yep, you're one of us. Basically, that's what I'm thinking anyway. Bert can ignore or deny or whatever he seals for.
All right. We're a couple of minutes out, so Stoltheim puts away his blade. Scrimbleshank stays hidden as Stoltheim seems to be talking to himself in a very odd voice. It's got a lot more bass in it, a little bit more timbre than Stoltheim usually has. A lot more decided, a much firmer tone than you've ever heard Stoltheim really take before.
He's
Puts
become
away
good.
that weapon. He starts walking back to the house that you guys are staying in for the night, the inn that you're staying in. Okay. And just for my use, Dion, what is the alignment of Stoltheim?
I have an alignment. And
Neutral, I think.
it's pretty aligned. I would say I am neutral.
Okay. You're starting to have some more chaotic tendencies. So let's just put it that
Join
way.
us.
You're drifting to chaos.
Join us.
Mhm.
Join the chaos.
Mhm.
Yep. So remember, in this game, it's lawful, chaos, and neutral aren't good or evil. It's
Mhm.
just states of mind. Most people are neutral. It takes dedication to be chaotic or lawful.
Yeah, I'm chaotic. Oh well, yeah, I'm chaotic.
Well, you are literally a spirit of nature, as
Yeah.
that's what elves are. So yeah. Nature being chaotic.
I'm a very chaotic, lawful person.
I will chaotically follow your laws right up to the line.
Pretty much. Yeah.
Chaotic in the way that a fireball is chaotic. Almost exactly the way that a fireball is chaotic.
Radnar strikes me as the lawful evil type for sure.
Yeah, I don't think I disagree with that.
Rednor strikes
Evil
me
is
as the person who
subjective,
fireballed the alignment chart.
There's that. All right, guys,
Yeah.
we'll call that a session there. With Stoltheim renewing a pact that his ancestors have had for some time. You screwed them over just like every ancestor before you did. But we'll see. We'll see how long you hold out. Richard, you doing anything after this on your stream? And what is that stream?
Eventually, I will be doing. I mean, the clocks go back for most of Europe. So if you find yourself with an extra hour, why not spend it with me playing video games badly at LMTDTMFFR? Or say it with me now.
Limited time offer. No vowels.
No bowels. That's right.
No bowels.
Not today.
Radnar has yet to see a sphincter. He doesn't want to have it eradicated. It's just what he does.
Yeah.
Dion, what do you got going on?
Well, when I'm not playing TTRPGs with all my super cool awesome friends like you guys, you can find me on my channel at Substances Used, where I play retro JRPG games and do a lot of GTA 5 roleplay. I am going through the Breath of Fire series. We are on the third one in the series now. It's the first PlayStation title, and it's a cute game. It's a great series. I Capcom really has surprised me. So come by and check it out if you get a chance.
Awesome. Jameis.
Yep, I've got my blog still. Just put up some stuff about my cruise that I've had. Otherwise, back to the movie reviews. Already done some upcoming, and we got even more movies upcoming. They keep putting movies out for some reason. Don't know why.
For some
I think
reason.
you think they've learned by now.
No.
Okay. Bill, what do you got going on with the frogs?
Well, I'm continuing to run Lost City Baracus. I believe we're on session 38 now, or 39. Still running my West Marches style Dwaro Deep. The party just rescued one of their members that got captured by the Dwergar, so we'll see what comes of that. And might be running some One Ring soon, so we'll see.
Cool. And if you found us, you know where we are, twitch.tv/Steam Steel Murder. The next thing we've got it coming up this Saturday, I am running a Halloween game for the Goodman Games crew since we've been booted off the Goodman Games channel because they're running an official Halloween thing. The normal group is playing a fun little Halloween jaunt this Saturday. Nothing going on this Sunday. So the next game will be Tuesday, which will also be a Halloween game, a one shot. Not exactly sure yet. I'm kind of torn between a classic Call of Cthulhu scenario that can be ran in one session or another small indie Halloween game. To be decided. But folks, if you'll hang around, we're going to go ahead and raid. The Lollygaggers are still up and running. Go ahead and send folks over there. Thank you very much for watching. Check out the podcast at Blue Magic, BLUMAGIK.com. There's over 13 years of recorded goodness there, of which Richard and Jameis are very ashamed of. Very, very ashamed of. You wouldn't want to see employers listening to it. No. All right, guys. Say good night.
Good night, everybody.
Hi, everybody.
Okay. All right.